record. So I've hit the record button. It's blinking. We're ready to go. So, Stale Lamb, this is Mel 601 internship. So now, first thing in Blackboard, Chris, you're gonna be my respondent today. Can you go to Blackboard for me and see if along with under my courses, you now have either a 697 or a 698 along with a 601?
Yeah, let me hold on one second. I want to make sure I can see you and still kind of navigate
Right.
tabs. I just got to move you around on my screen a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in my account. I'm clicking on Blackboard. And I have 601 with instructor Ted Bowen, and now I have 697 with, it says instructor Dale Lamb. Before it said no instructor like 2 nights ago.
Right.
So
now, that's what's I got it live yesterday too. So excellent.
Now I had to re-enroll with that. I think Thursday night after the Zoom session, I saw in my email, so I had to do that test.
Yeah, so that's a good point, reminding everybody that if you don't see that, you may have to go to your email, your Garden Web email, and there'll be a place to re-enroll that will sign you up for my internship section. Now, why that's important is I have a lot of good stuff in there for you, and so some of you are gonna be in 697. That's the regular master's program. The designation between the two is 697 is regular master's, 5 semesters. 698 is add-on licensure, either 3 semester or 5 semester. Now, I've been told that all of you add-ons are 3 semester. I don't believe that because I've already met a 5 semester. But if you are, I've got the boxes set up in that one so that it won't matter if you're 3 or 5. So we're gonna start with Chris this morning because he is a 5 semester regular master's plus licensure. So those people, you'll click on 697, and when it opens up, and I said when, not if. There we go. All right, so. You'll see that my name is there and all my information. And you'll see over here on the left, Zoom video links. Every one of these sessions, I send you a link to that after I record them for YouTube, but I'm also warehousing them here. So the video links of our sessions will be here so you can go back and review those. Also, any training sessions that Gardner Webb puts out are here. For example, I'm going to cover how to load your competency folio and task stream today. If you have questions about that, you can review this video, but there's also a video short here that's about 4 minutes long that only covers that. Dr. Hamilton did it for us yesterday. It's right here under Spring 17, and that's your cohort, competency folio upload process, and it's just a video short. So every time there's a video short that comes out or something I think that would be good for you folks to watch, I'm going to not only send it to you, I'll grab it and put it here on our Blackboard so we'll have it for posterity so we'll know where it is in case your email crashes or you can't access your email. You can always come here. I've made us a repository. Now,
Okay.
I've also put a repository for all the handbooks here. So if you have a question about something and you can't find your handbook, I will, as handbooks continue to come out and other printed materials from Gardner Webb throughout the program, and they always do. Curriculum people have to stay busy. So I will put those right here for you. Also, I have a discussion board here set up for our intern group. And it says, these discussion boards allow you to get feedback from your clinical coach on draft tasks. This is optional. So not only can you get information from your peer review team and Dr. Bowen on your work, you can upload it here and I will comment, and others in our section could comment on it. So if you're having trouble getting feedback or you're having problems, I'll be glad to give it a look. And you can let other in our section who may have different instructors give it a look. This is optional. It says so right there on the screen. You don't have to do this, but if you want my feedback, I'd be more than happy to share that with you. So I've set up all the folders for all the tasks that you have this semester, whether you're You say, well, but Dale, wait a minute, I don't have all these this semester. But if you happen to get through and start on the next set of tasks that are coming up for next semester, and a lot of students do, or if you're one of my students who is uh, doing two semesters in one, there's a number of reasons. So I've just got, so don't see this and think, oh my God, I got to do all these this semester. No, I've got them set up if you do, or if you happen to be in a 3-semester program where you do two evidences the first semester, I've got the box planned for you. So just look at your DRF in task stream and you'll know what it is. So if you're a regular 697 student like Chris, you only have to do the app cell this semester. If you go further than that, that's great. I encourage you to get as far as you can. If you're a 698 student, you will have to do both of these semesters in this semester, and you know that. This gives us a board for our 697s to communicate with and give information back and forth. Under semester 1, that's you, 601 semester 1, I have the syllabus, a standardized syllabus. Dr. Ted's already given you one. This may be a copy of his. I've got the site mentor handbook for you to give to your site mentor, your principal. It's already here for you. I've got the copy of the handbook again. Now, if you don't want anybody but me to see your work and you just want my comments on your work only, just me, I've got a place right here for you to put that, and I'll be the only one that can see it. Now, if you want to go out to the group where everybody can work on it, but once you got it ready and you think that it's ready, but you're not sure, and you want to run it by one last person, I'll be the only one that sees it if you put it here. If you put it over in discussion board, everybody can see it. But if you just want my comments on it, you can come right here. Okay. This is a way for me to communicate with you. We'll do these sessions regularly. My plan is to do them every week until I feel like I can turn you loose. I don't want to take your time up, but I've got another one scheduled for next Sunday in the afternoon. We have one of our classmates is in Hawaii, and they're on Hawaiian Standard Time, 5 hours behind, and so it will be next Sunday afternoon. I was online with her yesterday morning at 11:30 our time, 6:30 her time, but she didn't want to do 6:30 on Saturday morning, so I'll move to the afternoon to accommodate some of the folks in different time zones next week. So I will continue with these sessions at least another week, 2, whatever I feel like, or you tell me is necessary. When you're ready to go, you go. And then we'll communicate through this board and my visits. So that's for the 697 people. Now, those of you who are in the add-on licensure program, you'll have a box that says 601 and 698. You'll find many of the same functions here under 698. But over here on the left, you'll have your Zoom video links. You'll have your handbooks. You'll have your discussion board where everybody can see it, including me, and we can give you comments if you're not getting enough comments on your work. I've also offered you the boxes were just private viewing for me and my feedback. But be sure to look and see if you're in the 5-semester program, you would click here. If you're in the 3-semester program, here. What's important for you folks is that the semesters, the 5-semester program people, the 2 semesters you don't have class with an instructor, you'll have class with me. And I will have your tasks to do, and your peer review boxes and all those things are under these tabs for you folks. I don't think there's very many of you in 601, but I know there's at least one out there. Hopefully everybody is in the semester 1 program for the 3-semester program, so we'll go to that one. And I have the same thing. If you want eyes only on your work from me, I have boxes set up for you. This is, you think it's ready to go, but you're not sure. You want one last somebody who says, yeah, it's ready to go for evaluation. I put a box here for you for your work this semester. You add-on licensure people in the 3-semester program realize you do have to do the AppTel and the AppTel this semester. This is required. The AppTel is not required for the regular program, 5-semester program people. They only have to do the AppTel, but you have to do both. And so here, if you've got it ready to go and you want comments on it, you go right ahead. There it is. And that's just for me. If you don't mind everybody seeing it and you might want some student feedback, obviously you go to discussion board. And I've got it set up in discussion board for you where, again, these discussion boards allow you to get feedback from me and or your peers. And I have all the boxes set up here for you as you go through your program. Again, don't be afraid. They're just all set up here for you. So you go as fast as you can go. No matter where you are, I have a box for you this semester. You can drop it in there. If you get ahead, fine. If you don't, fine. But I'll be able to give you feedback, or your peers will be. Again, if you only want my comments, you go to Mel 601 Semester 1 for 3-semester program. Again, these are private boxes just between me and you when we get it to go there. Come on now, go back there. Yep, here are your private boxes. That's just between me and you. Again, and it says optional on there. So this is going to be a handy function to keep up with your internship, especially if you happen to be one of those people who are in the 5-semester add-on program. There's a few of them still out there who don't have classes in the off semesters. This is an easy way. It's also a repository for all the videos that come through for you as an intern. So that's what I've created this shell for my interns. Later on, other instructors are going to be able to utilize these shells as well, but this is a new thing that I've been developing, and I haven't opened it up to everybody yet, but I am opening it up to my students, and we're kind of doing a beta test for a while to make sure everything's working, and if it is, I'm going to open it up to other students, but they'll have the same function to be able to get comments from everybody in this cohort, regardless of what class you're in, and or private comments from their clinical coach. So I hope that it will make the program smoother for the internship part of it. All right. So that's the new Blackboard shell for interns. Let's go over to TaskStream. Chris, can you see the DRFs on your screen from TaskStream?
I'm clicking on the tab right now. I have DRF for Mel's spring 2017.
All right. So if you look at my screen, you're going to see that whether you're an add-on or a regular, you're going to have one or the other of these boxes. You won't have both.
Okay.
I've got both of them pulled up here. If you're an add-on licensure, it says clearly Mel Spring 17 add-on licensure. And if you're in a regular 5-semester program to get your master's degree, it'll say Spring 17. All right, so those are where you go to access your DRF, where you put your evidence artifact work. We'll cover those in just a minute. I quickly want to go through with you, and Chris, I want you to follow along with me if you can.
Okay.
You need to load your competency folio so you can get started on putting your competency proofs in. We've talked to you about that, and so this again is on a video short on the Blackboard under your internship Blackboard, either 697 or 8, and it's a video short on how to do this, but I'll go ahead and run it for you again. You can go through messages as I attempted to show you the other night, but it's just as easy to go through communications. And so from your DRF screen here, you go to communications, and then go to message center. And there's going to be a message that either says shared TaskStream work or competency template 2017. And when you click on it, it's going to give you the live link to your competencies. And that red screen is going to pop up. There it is. Let me move my viewing box. Then you will copy it into your folio, copy, and it's going to ask you, and you proceed with copying. All right. It's been copied into your folios and web pages. And so now when you click on folios and web pages, you're going to have a red box that says Competencies 2017. Chris, have you been able to follow that process?
Yes, I've got one where it looks like you have 3.
Yeah, I have 3. That's what I said. You're going to have one that says 17. I've got multiple.
I got that one.
Yeah, I've got multiple DRFs, and so I've been loading these for different classes. So yes, you're going to have just this one that says Competency 17, and when you click on that, now you're only going to have to do this one time. From now on, you're just going to click on folios and web pages, and your box is going to be right there, and you just click on it.
Okay.
This upload has only had to be done one time. So now you can see where you're live, where you can put your competencies in. I believe your instructors have told you the first 12 are due this semester for the regular program, and if you're an add-on licensure, you've got to do all 21. Now you
yes.
there are 23 there. You only have to do the first 21. So that's communication through visionary. You don't have to do digital learning competencies right now. And I'll talk to you about the internship blog in just a minute. So you start with communication, a communication competency. You click on communication, and it's going to give you a toolbar down at the bottom of the screen to upload your work. And so remember, all we're looking for this first time out is a couple of sentences explaining, what you did to satisfy this competency of communication, and then we want a proof of that communication. Now, a proof could be, and so this one is coming from evidence artifact 1. If you look at the screen, it says communication 3 evidences. First round, this one comes from evidence artifact 1. And so evidence artifact 1, I've given you a document, and I will post that document on our board again that says, and it's going to be under intern documents, or no, I always label it intern materials. So under intern materials on Blackboard, and I may even upload it while we're in this session. Might could risk that, but I have a couple of documents I've already identified for you. They've already been sent by your instructors, but I'll put them on our board that tells you, by doing the task in the app cell, what communication competencies you would have hit. And so the prime examples would be the email permission from your principal. That's in communication. So all I'd need is just a 2-sentence explanation of I emailed my principal to get permission to start a PLC, and then maybe a screenshot of that email.
Okay.
And everybody knows how to do screenshots. Use the Windows button and your print screen, press them at the same time. It'll take a picture of your screen. It will drop that picture in your pictures folder on File Manager, that little file folder icon at the bottom of your paper. Let's see if I can do one right now. So I'm going to hit Windows, print screen. Yep, took a picture. Now that picture, go to that folder that says the File Manager folder down here. Go to Pictures. It will create you a folder that says screenshots. If you open that up, the last one in it will be the picture that I just took. Let me share. And there it is. Hopefully you can see that on your screen. So let me get out of that. So, okay, share screen. Okay. Screenshots, share screen. And so as you can see, there's a picture of the screen that I just took. It's just that easy to take screenshots of emails and things like that. You could also, we're back to the main screen again, share screen, desktop, share. Okay. All right. So you can do that for things that are on your screen, like an agenda. You've got an agenda. If you've got a scanner, you can scan it in. If you don't have a scanner, you've got a cell phone. Just take a picture of it with your cell phone, like an agenda or minutes, or especially like flyers for a program that are color or maybe something that'd be hard to scan. Take a picture of it with your cell phone. We're looking for an item, a proof item that you did what you said that you did. We want a 2-sentence or so explanation of what you did, and then just a screen grab, a picture, a document, a copy of, Word document, copy of the agenda or the meeting that shows communication. It's just that simple. It doesn't have to be hard. We're not expecting on this first round for you to spend a whole lot of time. And as I said, if you're in the 5-semester program, you do the first 12 of these. If you're in the 3-semester program, you do the first 21. Okay, Chris, is that clear?
Yeah, I have a question. I can't remember if I read this somewhere in the handbook or not. Like right now, I'm drafting my task 2 for 601.
Yes.
And I was thinking of doing a video of not just a CASA, but then conveying it to like, we call them CASAs at our school. They're content meetings.
Right.
I lead those as well. But when I'm leading my new PLC, once we work the PLC, convey it to the CASA, and I made a video of that, am I able to hit a couple competencies with or one piece of evidence could have hit a couple competencies?
It could hit. It might hit 5 or 6.
Because if I would do that, I'm thinking it would hit communication. It could
Yes.
hit creative thinking, delegation.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, you can use that same proof item for multiple competencies. You just explained that. That's why you get to explain it in your narrative.
Okay.
Here's a video I made for communication. This is what shows communication. This is what shows shares vision. This is what shows, dialogue, inquire, whatever you're going to do. So yes, you
Okay.
may, one item may be proof for several different of these competencies. That's excellent. See, there you go. Now you're thinking smart, working smarter, not harder. Exactly. That's an excellent point, Chris. Excellent point. And of course, that down here at the bottom of your screen, your toolbar. Now, TaskStream is very logical. It tells you what it wants. Now, if you're going to upload a video or a link, you see down here at the bottom on the screen, attachments are for Word documents.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to put a PowerPoint or a Prezi, you use the slideshow button, and it will let you write in those. But make sure, I get students all the time say, TaskStream wouldn't let me upload my PowerPoint. Did you use the attachment button or the slideshow button? Well, the attachment, because that's what I always use. Well, that won't work. It tells you, it separates different media out and gives you a different avenue to upload those. So make sure you understand that it only does what you'll tell it to do. And it's very logical. So when Chris makes his video, he's going to go to the video button down here at the bottom, and that's how he's going to upload his video. It'll give him a dialog box to write his explanation in also, but it will not let him attach a video through the attachment button. I know that sounds kind of simple, but you wouldn't believe the number of problems I have with that one little function there. So like a PDF is a text and image. It is not a document. You can't put a PDF. If you're going to attach a PDF of a flyer, people do that all the time. They have flyers in PDF form. You cannot attach them using the attachment button. You have to attach them using the text and image button.
So I have a quick question, Dr. Lamb. If I was going to upload that video, would I upload it, like if I'm on a Mac right now, an MP4 file, or if I uploaded it to YouTube, could I put a link to the YouTube video?
Do a link. That's why it has a link right here.
Okay, either or.
It's usually better to upload it if you've got, how using a Gmail account, you can create your own channel in YouTube where you can upload.
Yeah.
Make sure that you choose public, right there when once you, I could actually show you that maybe right now. Let me do that. I'll go to my YouTube channel. Let's see, www.youtube. Yep, because I just used it a few minutes ago. I just posted my first session this morning. So when you go to YouTube, you can create an account over here using your Gmail account. You'll have to create a Gmail account. Using a Gmail account, you can see my account's up and running.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the upload button right here. So once you create your account, you hit the upload button. And this is the part that students forget. This is not the default setting. You have to, right here now, it's going to load me a screen and it's going to give me a red arrow eventually right here to upload the file. And then it'll give me once I start uploading, it will give me a link. If you've done this before, the trick is make sure this box is clicked on public.
Okay.
If you click on it and if it's on privacy or one of the other settings, it's a devil to go back in and change that to public.
Okay.
You basically have to download a YouTube. It tells you how to do that. So if you're going to upload a file, a video, an MP4 to YouTube, make sure that you make it public, upload your file, and then when you click on that, it's going to give you the link. Now, it won't be live at that time, but it'll give you the link. And there's another trick to that. Let me show you that one. I'll go ahead and start one. I'll stop it before it loads. Let's see. I'll resend the one that I did earlier this morning. I go to Documents, Zoom. If you use Zoom to record, Zoom creates a folder for you, and it's dated. And then I've changed that's not right. Zoom open. That's the one that I did earlier this morning. Okay. So when it starts to upload that, you can see the screen. It tells you where your video will be live at. You copy and paste that link into Blackboard or an email. Now, here's the trick. If you hit the publish button, it'll upload and then you publish. If you hit the publish button before you copy this link will disappear. And you'll have to wait until it not only uploads, but processes before you can access that link again. So the trick is as soon as you click on it, get your link now, you can hit the publish button and you can minimize this and go on about your business. You can't close this channel until it uploads. Now you can close it while it's publishing, but not while it's uploading. And this, as soon as I hit publish, you're going to see this link's going to disappear. Now you got to wait an hour to get that link back or longer. If you do this on a regular basis like I do, you don't want to have to sit here an extra hour wait to come back. So let me get out of this before it uploads that. I'll leave this page. So if you close that before it uploads, you'll lose it. You got to start again. And make sure it's public. Make sure when you upload that you copy and paste the link before you hit the publish button. Otherwise, it will go away. If you close YouTube before it's uploaded, you lose it. You have to start again. So you can create a YouTube channel simply by creating a Gmail account if you don't have one, and go through those steps. Doesn't take 30 seconds. Then you can create your own YouTube channel. You can set your default to public. And so for me, who does videos every day, it's really quick and easy, and I just post the links. Blackboard will allow you to upload an MP4. I helped a student do that last Wednesday night in Charlotte. But it is a long and involved process, and Blackboard does not like MP4s because they take too much space. You can upload a video short of 5 minutes or less in Blackboard, but if it's longer than 5 minutes, it's probably not going to attach. It's better to have a link. It's better to have a link no matter what. And so when you go into Blackboard and you go, for example, we'll go back to Blackboard. If you can see that now. If you were going to, you've got a task in Blackboard that wants you to upload the video, be just like one of these boxes here. When you went into that, when you clicked on that task to upload that, it would let you browse my computer and upload that file. What I would do is I would post a link down here in the box. If it doesn't give you an option to upload a link in the Dropbox that's provided, just put it in the comments. Put the, can be found at this link where somebody can copy and paste that link. I would, again, if your video is less than 5 minutes, you can put it right here. You can actually attach it if it's not. Now, sometimes Dropboxes will give you the option to do a video link. Let me show you that. Sometimes they'll give you a build content button like this, and you can go down to web link, and when you click on it, it will let you post that link right here in this one. And then give it a name. If you don't get that box, you can post a link in the comment box. It'll always give you a comment box that you can post a link in if it doesn't give you the option for a URL box like this. So I know you folks are very familiar with technology, but that's just kind of some shortcuts and some reminders that keep you from spending a whole lot of extra time on these things. It's kind of aggravating sitting waiting for an hour to get that link back because you forgot to copy and paste it before you hit the publish button, and it went away, and you have to wait till it actually comes up on YouTube before that web link will come back. That's just one of the quirks of using YouTube. Not my favorite, but that's, I don't worry about what ought to be. I just deal with what is. All right, so that's what you do. You put these in here. Let me show you some examples of some of my existing students, what their competency work looks like. So let me get out of that folder and go to my reviewer folder. And I'm going to go to some of my 605 students. Looks like one has put needs comments just to see what I've got this morning. This has come in since I've been here this morning. All right. All right. So we'll look at Allison's. And so for communication, what she did, she wrote me 2 sentences as directed. Now she attached several because she's a 605. She has to do more than one. She's done several. She's done a PDF. She's done an agenda. She's done minutes. She's done a JPEG, a picture. She's uploaded several proofs. Some students put more than just the required 3 in here because they're building a portfolio for job hunting right now, and they're using this as a repository for that. You don't have to do that. You only have to do one this semester. You have this narrative explanation and just one thing like an agenda. That would be fine. For change management, she wrote, 1 sentence and she attached, she's minimum 3 and she's got 4 there. But you can see she's writing her sentences, she's attaching her documents. Some of them are PDFs, some of them are JPEGs. She's using her camera phone. That's what a JPEG is. See, there's more than one way to skin a cat. My intern Drew does a lot of screenshots. It's up to you. There's a PDF of their master schedule. Ever how is the easiest for you, using a camera phone, using screenshots, putting documents in, scanning things in as PDFs? Whichever way is best for you it makes me happy. Now, as we progress through these courses, as you move to 603, 605, or 601, 2, 3, 4, and 5, whether you're add-on or 3 semester or 5 semester, what I would expect to see, and I've used this example before with you, if I see an email as the first example of a competency, like communication, but if I see email in the 3rd level competency, you better be the webmaster. I want to see a progression in these, and that's what you see with these students here. They start with simple stuff, and then they get to much more in-depth stuff, and that's what we want to see is growth in your level of competency. Starts out with basics. You can operate the equipment here. You can put me something in. That's basically what I'm looking for this semester is that you can operate the equipment. You can make task stream work. And you know how to get a screen capture, and you can use your phone to take a picture. I'm just mostly interested in that you know how to use the technology the first semester. By the 3rd semester, I want to see much more. I know by then, or the 5th semester, 3rd or 5th, I know that you know how to use the technology now. Now I'm looking more for content, how deep you went into these things, and at what level of competency you're at. First round is just to make sure you can use the equipment. After that, we're going to get more specific into, are these the appropriate things that competencies you should have as an administrator, and at what level. So that's an explanation of the competency folder. Again, if you didn't see me go through these steps, you can rewatch this. But if you want the quick and dirty, if you will go to your internship shell, which is either 697 or 8 in Blackboard, click on the Zoom video links, and it will show you there's a 5-minute video from Dr. Hamilton on doing just what I just did to upload your competency folio. All right. Questions?
No.
All right. So we'll move on. So that's your competency folio. Now, let's go back to your DRF portfolio where you put your evidence artifact work and some other items. And so let's go. We're working with Chris this morning. So we're going to go to his DRF, which is Mel Spring 17. If we click on that, and no work has been shared for your review, that's fine. I can go back in. here and get to it. No problem. I had an offer tab set up for me so that I could go in and look. So Chris's screen is going to look like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have Mel 601, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's going to have what's required of him each semester in his DRF portfolio. So for the first semester, he's got to do his app sale. He's already on task 2. He's got to do his School of Ed dispositions. He can do those anytime. You can do your School of Ed dispositions from the first semester at any time. Now, we're just basically looking to see if you're where you are right now on your own self-assessment. We don't expect you to exceed expectations right now. It's okay if you grade yourself lower, but you should be honest with yourself where you are on those School of Ed dispositions. So let's look at those. Here are the things that you'll be asked. And it's electronic. There's nothing to print out. Let's see if it'll open for me. There we go. So it's going to ask you about learner development, and it's going to ask you about learning all these things. Now, I'm not looking for you to write War and Peace this first time out. Again, this is about, can you use the equipment? Give yourself a realistic expectation of where you are on these dispositional items, and then write, a sentence or two as to why you're at that level. Again, by the time you do this the last time, we would expect that box to be full, telling us why you're at exceed expectations. But if you're not at exceed expectations right now, that's fine. If you're at needs improvement or just meet, tell me why you're at that level. And if you exceed expectations, in your opinion, that box should be full of explanation as to why you exceed the expectation on learner development. And so I think there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, there's 6 dispositional areas. You can save these at the end and work on them as you go. Save and return. You don't have to complete them all at one time, but you need to get started on them now. They are due this semester. And so that's your dispositions. And it's going to ask you, no, I'm not ready to submit any work right now. Okay. Now, the competency analysis, and this is why we went over the competency folio first. The competency analysis, again, is your opinion of yourself in terms of how well you did on either the 12 or the 21 competencies that you had to do this semester. This is kind of how well you thought you did on that competency. Again, it doesn't have to be that high. Basically, we're looking for you to operate the equipment at the first level, but you have to rate yourself on how well you did. So that's what that is. So I should not see anybody completing their certification of competency at this time because you haven't completed your competency folio. This will be done in the last 3 weeks of the semester. So competency analysis is done after you have completed the required number of competencies in your folio for this semester. Dispositions can be done at any time. You can start on those now. Is that clear, Chris?
Yes.
All right. So you understand the relationship between those then. All right. Let me go back to our screen. We'll take a second here. TaskStream doesn't like going back. It's going to pop up me a error box here just in a second. No, I'll submit it later. I've already told you. That's fine. Now it'll come back online. All right, there we go. So that again is the portfolio, the DRF portfolio for regular 5-semester getting master's and licensure students. Okay, and you can see that next semester you only have to do the APTEL. You don't have to do any competencies or those things. You probably need, you don't have to do competency analysis, let me be clear. Next semester, I will have you complete the first round of competency proofs. If you are in the 3-semester program, you'll do your second round next semester. and so forth. And we'll look at your DRF in just a second. But you don't have to do a competency analysis next semester. That waits a little bit. You do that basically at the end. We have you do it in the first semester just to make sure you can use the technology. And then you'll build that folder, those 3 rounds, and then you'll give yourself a final analysis at the end. We're having you do one this semester again to make sure you can use the equipment. You won't have to do any dispositions of yourself next semester. About midway of the program in 603 for you 5-semester people, we'll have you do another disposition to see how well you're doing, and then you'll do one finally when you get to the 5th semester. And you can see how the program is paced for you. You do the app cell, then the app tell, then the OMA, then the skip and the cap, and then the SOP. That's for the 5-semester people. So that's where you put your work. But again, this semester you do competency analysis on either the 12 that you do as a 5-semester program or the 21 that you do as a 3-semester program person. You do that analysis at the end after that portfolio is done or that folio is done. You can do your dispositions now. You won't have to do the competency analysis, as I said again, until you get to the end of your program. This is the beta test for you the first time to make sure you can use the equipment. All right, so now let's go back and look at the same thing for the add-on licensure people that are in the 3-semester program. It's going to give me an error statement again. Let me get out of that. All right. For you that are in the Spring 17 add-on licensure program, this would be people like Amber. She's probably not with us since she's asleep in Hawaii right now, but when she watches this, she can see that she has to do the app sell and the app tell this semester because she's just in a 3-semester program. She has to do that same competency analysis, but hers will be based on a whole round. She has to do all 21 competencies down through visionary. She has to do that, and she has to do the same School of Ed dispositions. Next semester in 603, she does the OMA, and she does her second round of dispositions in her second semester, where you 5-semester people wait till your 3rd. Then in 605, she has to do CAP, SKIP, and SOP, her last round of dispositions, and her final competency analysis. The program is just compacted for those people. But they do exactly the same thing. They just do it in 3 semesters rather than 5 because they already have a master's degree. And that's the difference in the programs. So that should cover all those things. I see I've got a little time left to cover one real important thing. For those of you who have Dr. Ted that I'm speaking Thursday night, I want to reiterate, you do have to keep an internship log. I will put that form on our internship page under intern materials. You do have to keep a log. Whether you're in the 5-semester program or the 3-semester program is immaterial. You have to get 80 hours of suggested activities per semester. I'll have that on there. That's already been given to you too. So let me write myself a note here. What I got to do is put the internship log form, the log form, I'll put where your competencies, open-ended, and from your evidence artifacts, I'll put those. Your internship log form, those things, and the log form, open-ended, evidence artifacts, and there was something else that I was supposed to put on there, but I'll figure that out in a minute. But these will be in a box labeled intern materials on your shell, whether you're a 697 or a 698. Now, again, 80 hours per semester. Now, you say, Dale, where is that place that I upload that form? All right, back to, and I did it this way for a reason. You should now be able just to simply go to folios and web pages without having to execute any operations this time. Go to your competency 2017 folder, and if you'll scroll all the way down to the bottom, guess what you have a box for? Your internship logs. Now, that internship log, and there's some examples for you. Dr. Hamilton put you some examples in. But again, here's your buttons down at the bottom where you can upload your log. Sometimes people keep those like in a Google Drive Google Doc Drive or in Google Docs or something, and sometimes we get a link to those. If you keep yours in Google Docs, you can upload them through a link right here. If you just put them on a piece of paper and write them out longhand and then scan them in, they'll come in through text and images. That's fine. Or if you create a Word document, and the one that I post for you will be a Word document. It will look like this. Let me get it for you right quick. If I lose you, I'll come back to you. I put it in a couple places so I can find it. And it'll say internship log mail 697 or 8, according to which one you're in. The log's the same. When you open that login, this will be on Blackboard and under your 697 or 8 shell. This is what your internship log will look like. Okay. Chris, can you see that on the screen, the internship log?
Yes.
All right, so you'll put the date down of the activity that you did, what competency it meets, what your proof's going to be. You don't have to attach the proof, but what your proof's going to be, and that'll be something like the agenda or or the minutes or whatever. And this is as you go along to remind you where your things will be, and then how much time it took you. And so at the end of the semester, we want 80 total hours on these kinds of things, on these activities. Oh yeah, the list of suggested activities. That was it. So you say, Dale, what activities? We've given you a list of suggested activities, and we have correlated them, to the open-ended competencies, what competencies they meet. So let's look at that document. All right, what activities can you do as an intern? This again will be under the intern. This has already been sent to you, but I'm going to make a repository for it. So here are the open-ended competencies from suggested list of leadership activities. This is where you get your 80 hours. This is your actual internship, your clinical experience at your school. You've got to do 80 hours every semester of these kinds of things, and then upload your log there, and on that internship log button under your competency folio, because they go together. You can see there's a relationship between the two. But we need to be able, or you need to be able to document that you did 80 hours of these kinds of activities at your building, so that we know that you have a successful clinical experience. This program can't just be about going to class online or doing activities online and doing evidence artifact work kind of in isolation. Probably the most important part, and obviously I'm prejudiced in this since I'm a clinical supervisor for all of you, not only my interns, but all interns, is this clinical experience. It's very important. And this is what the clinical experience is, doing these things. And so we have a list of them for you. Now, it's not by accident that the majority of them are leadership opportunities. This is an executive leadership program. It's not by accident that the smallest number of these is supervision activities. Once you've done yard guard or bus duty or car duty for a couple of times, we figure out you're fairly confident at that. And then kind of midway between the two are technical knowledge things that you're going to need to at least know about in order to be a successful assistant principal. Assistant principal is a technician level job. For aspiring leaders, it is on the leadership team, but you're going to be asked to do more of the technical kinds of things. So these are the experiences that you should get. Now, nobody's going to give you a username and sign on to get into Power School as an administrator unless you are at that level. But you need for your administrator to show you their portal, because what you see in North Carolina as a teacher in Power School is much different for an administrator. And please remember that Power School, from the administrative modules, is not menu driven, and it's not user friendly. You have to learn the modules. So you need to at least know what you're getting yourself into. I can't tell you the number of schools that I visit in the summertime, and assistant principals are sitting there trying to do the scheduling with a manual in their lap. It's not intuitive. It's not menu driven. It's things you have to learn. You have to go and you need to look at the teacher evaluation system, because it's not automatic like you think it is. The school has to set up the matrix of how many evaluations and who's going to do the rounds, and it's all got a timestamp. All these things are fairly technical in nature on this list. You need to make sure you get some experience in them as a clinical. and I'll talk to you about that more when I come out and visit with you. But this is a list. So I'm going to have these 4 items in an intern materials folder. They've already been sent to you, but I'm going to have them in an intern materials folder later today, probably within the next 30 minutes. I'll have them in that folder in Blackboard, not under your course, but under your Blackboard shell, either 697 or 98 for your internship. And that's going to be your intern log, examples of open-ended competencies that come from suggested activities, the competencies where you can find them in your evidence artifact work, and then your list. And so those are the things that will be there. All right. So there's the log, there's the competencies from your clinical experience. So those are the things that will be there. All right. Questions about Blackboard in terms of your internship shell that I've set up for you for your internship? Remember, all videos like this one, I'll send you a link to it later as soon as it processes in YouTube. I'll also post that link under Zoom video links in our shell, your internship shell. Please remember to go ahead and upload your task stream competency folio so that you can start putting those proofs in there. Again, the first time around, we're just looking to make sure that you write a couple sentences and you can attach whatever proof you have, whether it be a screenshot, a JPEG from a camera, a document, a PDF, that you know how to use the hardware. Continue to work on your task with Dr. Ted for the app cell. Again, Dr. Ted, I like that, if you've got him, he doesn't give you a lot of extra stuff to begin with. He lets you get started on your task right away because those are the things that matter the most. All right. All right. Questions?
Not at this time. No.
Excellent.
One quick question.
Yes.
In task stream, and I apologize for coming in late. So
you're fine. These are always optional. You come anytime you want to.
All right. In task stream, under folios and web pages, what page do we need to create? I'm assuming we create a page in there because I don't have any.
Yeah, I covered that earlier. I'll go over that for you again. You don't go there to create it though. Once you get to the main screen in task stream that has your DRF on it, and it'll either be, are you add-on or are you regular?
I'm regular.
All right. So when you get to the screen that says Mail Spring 17, come up here to communications. Can you see that? This is how you create that folio, that competency folio. You go to communications, you click on it, go to message center, go to message center. You're going to have a subject here. It's going to say competency 17 or it's going to say shared task stream work. You click on it. And then you're going to have a live competency link right here. And then it's going to bring up that folder. And then there's a yellow copy button at the top. You copy that into your folios, and it'll ask you, are you sure you proceed with copying? And it'll tell you that it's now here in folios and web pages. And you will have a red one that says Competencies 2017. Now, I went through that quickly. There's a video short that's less than 5 minutes that's on your 697 shell in Blackboard. Let me show you that. So if you go to Blackboard, once you open it up, you're going to have 2 courses now for this semester. You're going to have 601 that you're in, and you're going to have a 697 shell with me. When you click on that, now Chris, when you clicked on to, I think before you had to go in and set it up, but I think it'll now be live for you. So once you click on that and get in that 697 folder where it says Zoom video links, there's a 5-minute short from Dr. Hamilton that shows you how to do what I just did.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't follow along with me, or if yours doesn't work, you can go back without having to view this whole video. You can go back and see a 5-minute processor lesson on how to upload that folio. Once you get it uploaded, it'll always be there. You won't have to go back each time and do this. When you click on folios and web pages, it'll pop up automatically. You hit competency 17, and there will be your folio for you to put work into, just like that. And there'll be a task bar down here at the bottom. As soon as you click on one of them that you want to load something in, you'll get it'll give you a task bar down here at the bottom of your screen to do that. So you've got to load it the first time, but after it's loaded, it's there for you, and it's easy to use. Again, first semester, make sure you can get them loaded and you can use the technology. And that's what we're working on. So those of you in 697, you'll do the first 12. Those of you in 698, you'll do the first 21 down through visionary. Nobody has to worry about digital learning competencies right now. That's for later on down the line. And so I'm not going to confuse you with that. So the first round, whether you do it this semester or this semester and next, the first round is change management through visionary. Okay?
Okay.
Questions?
Not at this time.
All right. I'm always available on email. And as I've set up for you in your Blackboard box, you can drop work in there for me if you want me to comment on it privately, or you can put it in a discussion board in there and let everybody comment on it and give you help. That's up to you. I will be out. Chris, I will see you Monday morning at 10 o'clock in Asheboro. Everybody have a good weekend. And remember, our next session will be next Sunday at 3 p.m. to accommodate the people who are in a different time zone. And I will be back on the air then. Y'all have a good week. If you have questions, let me know.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Stop share.